I'm going to show you TrackTrading, the program. TrackTrading is one of many components inside of Traders Unite. So the way you run it is you download and install Traders Unite, which is what you're looking at right here once you run it. Then when you're in the main window, you double click on TrackTrading right there, and up comes something that looks like this. Now initially it's going to look complicated to some people, but it's really not. It's actually pretty simple. And I'm only going to show you the basic features because a lot of it is just self-explanatory when you start using it. The heart of the window is the stock list. This list is not fixed. In fact, when you first launch it, you're only going to have a few stocks in the list. Those are just stocks we chose just to populate the list. What you want to do is you want to customize it. Add the stocks that you would like to track. Now when you click on one, you get the TrackTrading analysis, which is on the bottom right of the window. What this tells you is it tells you the best patterns for that stock, the patterns that have performed the best. And if it's highlighted in yellow, like right there, that means that that pattern is in the best list, but it's tripped. It is existing right now in real time. So in other words, what it says here is it says negative stochastic is narrowing. What that means is that means the indicator called the slow stochastic is negative, but it's getting less negative. In the testing that creates TrackTrading, it turns out that for this stock, the stock is XLF, that when the stochastic is negative and gets less negative, that's a really good setup. And it wins way better than half the time. Now, additionally, it shows you the spots in the chart where this pattern has tripped in the past. This is, in my opinion, the best feature of TrackTrading because it gives you confidence that the pattern can produce a winner. It's like I'm looking at this right here, and I see 3 spots in the last 6 months where this pattern has tripped. And as I glance at it, it looks like it gained handily every single time. And that pattern is now present again. So this would be a good entry. You can actually click on this small chart and zoom in and get a way larger chart, which you can set different indicators, you can look at different things. But you see, you get the same data. You get the marks of where the pattern has tripped, etc. Now, the center part of this screen is what I call the strategies. These are buttons. And what those are time frames. So what you do is the ratings for each of these stocks depend on the time frame you have selected. I happen to have intraday selected, which is intraday for all day long. And given that you can trade any time during the day, the ratings or the patterns that it would be looking for are slightly different than other time periods. The first 4 are intraday time periods. For example, the very first one, like I just said, is all day. The second one is only in the morning. The third one is only in the evening. And the fourth one is evening and morning. So depending on which one you select, the ratings will change, or the patterns might change slightly. This is how precision this stuff gets. Then you have daily, which is based on daily chart patterns. It's a little bit longer term than just rapid day trading. And then you have weekly charts, where every bar on the chart is a week. That is an excellent method of trading longer term. In fact, we have a separate video on that. Okay, how well can this really do? I'm going to show you 3 examples of recent trades that we made using TrackTrading analysis. First one I want to show you is CLF. We were actually playing the downside. The CLF best pattern was for the short side, the bear side, is if it falls below its 5-period moving average, it's an entry. And sure enough, it falls below its 5-period moving average several days in a row. You could have picked it up any time. In this case, we bought put options. Lo and behold, it pans out. In this particular case, our put options gained 91% for a 2-day hold. Ain't too shabby. EWZ, another one to the downside. Its best pattern for the downside was MACD histogram negative increasing. So in other words, the MACD histogram goes negative, but then it gets more negative. That is the best pattern for EWZ. There it was, the first sign of the setup right there. We entered it with put options, and boom, 84% 1-day hold. Now what's interesting about this is you look at the track record, it did it every time. This was an excellent pick because I gained the confidence by looking at the times that it had the same pattern. And look how that thing fell each time. This is really, really good stuff. Now we got XLI, which is, this time it's a long, not a short. And this particular pattern was another MACD histogram goodie. And right there it said, I believe the pattern is MACD histogram going positive. And sure enough, we entered there, as I recall. And this was a little bit of a struggle for a few days, but then it finally spiked up into the clouds. So it panned out. I noticed that it had another indicator right before it really gained. So either way, you could have entered in either spot and did well. That was a 45% gainer. These are options, by the way. So those kind of gains are not that difficult to obtain. This was a 2-day hold. So if you're interested in this product or want to play around with it, there is a free trial. Go to www.garsworld.com, download and install Traders Unite, and play around with the other modules. They're all very, very interesting and very useful. But track trading is simply one of several components which I just showed you.